different. It's more about like playing as a team with people, like doing the like raids and all that kind of stuff, right? Um, but I think that there's no way that I can play this game like in a very long term. I'll play it for like maybe a couple months and like get my enjoyment out of it, and then probably switch back to playing things like PoE, like Last Epoch, things like that.
Yeah, I actually recently bought Last Epoch, and um it seems it's very very similar to it. I think it's insane how similar it is to Diablo. It has a lot of course it has different dynamic. It has that little tree kind of Diablo. Tree is almost like Diablo and PoE, where you have like different things that connect together, and then you have to put points to certain things to be able to unlock all the things. Well, I guess you could do that. Well, they do that in Diablo as well. Um, but
It's just like it's actually pretty similar to like the Diablo 2 skill tree in terms of like, you have to commit the points for one thing, right? Like you don't get to like keep switching things around. Like in Diablo 3, you just if you don't like your skills, you just change them, right?
right,
You don't like
right,
your armor set, you get the different armor set and you use the other armor set and weapon set, and then you have a totally different build, and you didn't have to like start a new character or level anything or whatever.
exactly.
And that makes it's fine. It's good, I guess, in a lot of ways. Um, it's like playing in standard on PoE. Like you
Right,
have enough currency probably there and stuff that you can just like trade all your gear for other gear, buy 120 regrets, whatever, right? Like do your thing. But
right.
but yeah, it's similar to Diablo 2. Like you commit your points, and your points on different skill trees interact with each other and that kind of thing, right?
Now the second point that I do want to make here too
Yeah.
is now that we have the thing that is happening where Microsoft took over the company, my biggest hope now is that the game turns, well, number one, that they care more about the Diablo franchise. That's one of them, because I do like Diablo as a. I mean, it can get pretty boring at one point because it's so repetitive. It's always been repetitive this way, and that's one of the things that I've actually talked. I was actually talking to my other buddy the other day. I was telling him how. I feel like the game is really repetitive, and when one of my biggest hope is that when Diablo 4 comes out, um they're going to turn that around in some way, and like make it not. I'm not saying completely different, because I don't think you can change much of, because I mean the game mechanics, it is what it is, like it's that's how they actually design the game. You can't change much, right? But they do need to come up with better ideas of like how to improve the quality of the game, to make it where it's somewhat appealing, more appealing to the gamer, to the actual player base, right? Because a lot of the player base that we see now that are currently playing D3 are the players who's been playing the Diablo franchise for a long time, right? And these people generally really do care about Diablo as a game, and they do care, and they do like the game itself, right? So they so that's kind of what I've been hoping, and that and when I talk about those players, I include myself into it, because, like I said, I do like Diablo, um, but as a game, but I feel like I just hope that they change it, where, like, also, well, my other points. Go ahead. I'm going to let you answer to that, and then I'm going to try to get another point going here after this. If you have anything to say about that.
Well, no, I mean, I think that that's true. It's like basically this whole thing with Microsoft and whatever. I'm a little worried because Microsoft has never really been that good a gaming company. Like they've tried. Um, like Xbox is probably the worst console. Um, all their game releases are always like they probably have like a few gems here or there, but most of their games are like not properly developed. They occasionally have really crappy releases, etc. So like I'd be concerned on that front, and also because like now Blizzard isn't really Blizzard. It's like a different company, and it has been that way before Microsoft bought it, right? It's like Blizzard, but not the same soul as the company that built all of the franchises that we like. Like even Hearthstone, which I didn't play that much, but I played a little bit. When it first came out, I was like, this is interesting. But like now, if you ask me if I want to play Hearthstone, I'm like, no. First of all, if I'm going to play a card game, I'll play Magic the Gathering. And like they've just like I don't know, like it's just gone completely out of control. It's just silly at this point. Like I I don't want to interact with that stuff. And I think that that has to some extent happened with all their franchises. And the only one that kind of hasn't happened with is StarCraft.
Mm-hmm.
StarCraft is kind of still StarCraft. It's like a very competitive game. It doesn't appeal to that many players, but the players who play it are like insane with it, etc. And basically, it's a question of can they fuck up StarCraft or no, kind of thing. And then the rest of the games, I have no faith in them to actually make it good. No faith whatsoever for them to
One,
to make
well,
on Diablo or Warcraft franchises, whether it be WoW related or old school Warcraft or whatever.
I think again going back to what I was saying is one of the big problems they have, which is a lot of players feel the same way as you do when it comes to the Diablo franchises or like or any of the other games, is that it feels that there isn't much variable change for them to have enough motivation for them to be able to like actually play the game, right? So like if there was some kind of way in which they could develop different ideas or different things into or try to implement different games, which I understand that is not easy to come up with an idea and implement it and put it into the game. I do understand that. Like it's not something that you can do and say, hey, 1, 2, 3, done.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
like if
saying,
you
like,
invented a car with four wheels, you're not suddenly going to start inventing cars with like eight wheels for no reason, unless you have a real like thing, right? Unless there's some benefit to it,
exactly.
because people are just going to be like, why the hell am I buying this different thing if it's not as good as the old thing?
Um, yeah, and I do understand that. I do understand that it's you cannot reinvent things magically. Okay, right? It's hard to do that. However, I think that one of the main reasons why things games like Diablo doesn't have the population, or like WoW is losing a large portion of the population more than what they have, because when it first started, 15 years ago, I think it was 15 years ago. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's been that long. Yeah, WoW, for example, as a game, it had a massive amount of subscriptions every month, and
Also,
so like,
it was
and
the
so
most
like,
profitable game on the planet by far at the time when it was like new and like the first like 3 to 5 years, they were like by far ahead of everything else. Until I think after that, like League of Legends might have taken over or something like that. Um, like, but there's not a lot of games that competed with it until more recently when people started quitting.
and then when you have things like that, where you are trying to figure it out, why is the reason why this game is old and they're not really implementing anything new. A lot of those the players that have been playing a long time, a lot of those players has been focusing on trying to figure it out, the reason as of why I need to play this game. They can't find the reason to, and the only reason why these games still survive today and still have the player base is the same reason why every other game is surviving, because every single game has a portion of the population that stay and has been in the game for a long time. So a lot of those players feel like, okay, I have invested a lot of time in this game,
Yeah,
and therefore I'm going to stay in this game because I like the game, and then there's no reason for me to stay, right? But then but then that is a certain percentage of the total population they had, right? In which the game survived because of those players, right? Like if they make like if they would have made a some kind of like pay to win kind of thing, or like like install pay, in which a lot of players do a lot of games do have, right? Like the game will survive because those players would be more likely to be willing to buy, buy those things, right? Um, but that is not the point. Like the point that's being trying to make is, part of the reason why a lot of the large population that no longer plays the game is still are not interested in playing the game itself is played those games is because they don't have they have not come up with implementation certain implementation things that are better or like a lot different for them to give a reason to stay, right? And so now instead of those players finding reasons to complain to continue to play the game, what they normally do is they go out there and they find all the other games that might pick the interest, which is I'm not saying that by any means that players should stay in a single game or should be bound to a single game, because that's not
Well,
that's not
they're doing it
ideally
for their own entertainment. Like,
right.
you know, you're gonna do what makes you happy, hopefully.
Yeah. But for the purpose of a franchise of players that enjoy a certain game with certain episode, because you're always gonna find players that only enjoy one very specific genre of games. And they will usually stick no matter what you do, no matter what type of other games comes out, they'll probably play that for a while, and then they'll end up coming back to that specific franchise because that's what they really like, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I think that's always been part of the problem that I'm trying to explain here, is that there isn't enough reason for other people that kind of enjoy this type of game, not 100%, but 85%, but they haven't given those players a reason for them to say, hey, we're gonna implement certain mechanics, certain things to the game, or more interesting things to the game for them to have a reason to stay. And that's kind of the point here of why those a lot of the players that been playing certain point, a certain amount of time, they feel like investing in those games, would not be doable, and instead, okay, I'm gonna go find something else that might feel that interest instead. And so and so you know and that's why things I think I have kind of like deviated too much from the point I was trying to make about Diablo specifically, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you, because I've been talking a lot, so let me let you talk and say things. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I don't really have much to add to that. You were still going. Um, like, yeah, like I don't know, but basically you're just saying that there's like always going to be a loyal player base, and there's always also going to be people who are not that, right? Like, there's always going to be people who are going to like try different stuff as it comes out and whatever. That that's all you're saying, as far as I can tell, right?
All right. Um. Well, but the point I was trying to make about the Diablo franchise is that after a certain point, like after Diablo 3 came out, over time you saw that the player base started to drop, because Diablo as a franchise, they only care about the beginning sales. They don't care about you know um like there isn't micro transactions you can do, like a store you can do where you can buy things to keep
Right.
the game
When
alive,
they
right?
released it though, you could use your Blizzard wallet to buy stuff in the auction house, right?
Right, right, yep.
That's how they thought they were going to make money, by skimming off of every transaction in the auction house. And that's why a lot of people quit, because they were like, this is ridiculous. Like, this isn't a game anymore. It's just an auction house. And on the flip side, once they once they got rid of the auction house, all the people who were playing it for the auction house quit, right? So it's like they lost both player bases to some extent. and they still kept the like as you said, there's always going to be loyal players or whatever, but like a lot of the hardcore D2 players just straight up quit when they realized that the whole thing was an auction house, and a bunch of them also quit after they shut down the real money auction house. So
That is kind of
I
where
think
my
it was kind of messed up.
that is kind of where my hope with Diablo 4 comes in, where I which I really hope that they make a game that is they're spending all this time to implement the game, but I really hope that they spend all this time implementing a game that is not going to be the same thing as it was before. Because like, what is the point of that? Like, the same thing's gonna happen. You're gonna have people that are going to not play the game anymore because because okay, I went through 10 years of this shit. It's the same shit, and I'm not going to go through Diablo 3 again and spend the next 5-10 years doing the same thing over and over. And so I really hope that Microsoft comes up with a different perspective, a different way to improve the game itself, and not just this game, but in like any other game that they have, that like describe, wow, Hearthstone, like every other game they have, because I think it makes more sense to do that, right? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah, so I couldn't hear you for a second.
It's fine.
I don't know. It's it's kind of weird, man. I really wish that I really wish they revive this franchise, and I really hope that they would do implement things that are gonna be cool for the player base, and they, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking nonsense. I'm just saying, like, I think it's
Whatever. It's just opinions, man. It's all good.
yeah. Anyway, so what else have you been up to? Changing topic.
Not too much. I mean, not many updates since last time. It's basically the same stuff.
Find a job yet?
Yeah. No, I haven't found a job. Just still
Hmm,
searching. Um,
I see.
and trying to figure out some college program stuff
Oh
for
yeah, something about that. Yeah.
September. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at now with that. Is working on that stuff. Yeah, pretty much that. Pretty much that's the stuff. That's what I'm working on.
Very good, my friend. Very good. I kind of I got offered promotion at work and stuff. I got
Oh, that's good. Sweet, man.
well, I don't know. It's
You're not sure you'll take it?
no, I probably won't take it because it's a lot of responsibility, and pay probably won't be that good. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that
They're
if
basically gonna make you like a middle manager, and then you'll just have more responsibility for not much more pay.
yeah, probably. Well, I guess it just depends of how you look at it. There's been a lot of talk, and a lot of people are talking about how this experience was for them, and there's been some people that has been managing before that have that have been an assistant manager or something. They have actually like stepped down, and they are currently where I'm at, making more money than me, but they're still in the position that I am now. and
Okay.
and I just don't want to jump into something like that and go like, I'm going to jump into this, and they weren't getting paid that much for the responsibility they were doing, for the expectations they were expecting.
Yeah.
They were expecting them a lot to do the job, and they're there 45 hours a week, and they have to drive an hour away, and they have to like do all this crazy stuff, and I'm not gonna. The pay is good, you know what I'm saying? When you get to a certain position, to management position, the pay is good, but you have to sacrifice so much. It's like you almost giving up, giving in to them, um, and it's just not worth it to me. Like the reason why I feel like I wanted to do this, the reason why I wanted to like get a better job, get higher paying job, but so that I didn't have to work for 50 hours a week. And I'm not gonna sit there and work, 60 hours a week for like, 60K a year, 60, 70K a year, which is 67K, 60, 70K a year. It's not bad money, it's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. No, it's
Uh,
not.
but you have to sacrifice so much to do that, and I just don't
Yeah.
want to sacrifice.
20 hours. Yeah. It's just like, where's your life going, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm not going. Maybe in the future, when I get older, a little bit older, maybe we need to do that, But like right now, man, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the ideal. It's not the ideal concept for me. I don't think it's gonna get anywhere. For me right now, and sacrificing all that to do. I mean, I have people. I know people are, uh, that are like way younger than me. That, and they are sacrificing that, and the pay is really not great. So that I want to sacrifice. My question is, that I want to sacrifice, doing things that I do enjoy doing over, over money. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Right. I gotta go to the bathroom for a sec. I'll be back though. All right.
Oh man.
Con los training.
Wrong way. Mm. That's me every time. Oh, hey, calm down. There you go. Okay. Yeah, boy. Oh, hold on.
Yo.
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right.
Welcome back. Hey, how's the Lost Ark? Have you gotten to
A
the
lot of fun.
have you gotten to the encounter yet or no?
I mean, yes and no. Like I've reached level 50, at which point your progression goes slower. So like the
Hmm.
cap is 60 technically, but like after level 50 is when you get to start doing like raids and dungeons and stuff like that.
Nice.
So yeah, that stuff's been fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm not like I'm free to playing it. Obviously, I haven't paid a cent yet for it, so it's like pretty good value for that. And yeah, yeah, it's fun.
What do you mean you have a paying? Don't you have to buy it to play or no?
No, it's free to play.
Oh,
I mean, you get obvious advantages for paying for whatever. It's loosely monthly subscription based. It also has like you can also just buy random shit. You can like buy gold for the game and then buy stuff on the marketplace in the game. So yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of pay to win action going on, but I'm not concerned about that. It doesn't really affect me. I'm
Let's
just
see.
having fun with it. So
Yeah, that's good. How's
I'm
the?
not concerned about being world first anything.
I know, right?
I don't care.
Yeah. How is the encounter? I mean, are the dungeons good though?
The bosses are really cool, actually, I think. Um, like there's a
Hmm.
lot of mechanics you have to learn for each boss.
Yeah.
So you can't just like, you know, AFK DPS anything. You have to like actually know when to dodge things, and it's pretty hard in a like four-person party, which is what most of the raids are. Um, and yeah, it's a good mix, I think, because like every day you have a maximum of uh, certain number of raids you can do, certain number of like uh, PvP PvE where you're like doing like just mobbing, like just killing lots of like smaller
Enemies and stuff.
maps in PoE, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, like there's that stuff, and then there's other stuff in between, like exploring around the map, which I enjoy. I'm sure not everybody enjoys that much, but like
Right.
there's a lot of like side stuff like that, like uh, collectible type things that you get, and you get certain benefits for them, and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. You get to like vary your gameplay a lot. There's a lot of variety.
Yeah. That's good though.
Yeah,
I I play a little bit. I only play it for like I play it for like 5 hours. No,
yeah, yeah,
3 hours. And I was like, ah, that's good. This. Oh, that's not for me.
yeah. That's fine. Different strokes, right? Yeah, like I can get that. Like it's an MMO, so first of all, you have to like buy into that, and it's different from the other MMOs in terms of how of the play style. So it's like you have to be okay with both of those things just to start with, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I just. I mean, I'm not being negative about it. I just think that I just lost interest fairly quickly when it came to like trying to understand like the game, and I don't know. I think also it could have been that I didn't really like pay too much attention to it would the story much. I really don't care for games that are like story based, heavy story based. And that game felt like it was story. There was a lot of story to it.
There
But
is.
you have
There's
to,
a lot of cutscenes, even in the end game. You get a lot of cutscenes, but you can skip cutscenes and stuff, right? Like,
yeah,
just press escape.
but yeah. I mean, I tried it. You know, like I didn't.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
what's important to me is that I went in there and I did it. You know, I did it and I said, hey, I try. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah. And then
so
you're like,
like,
I don't know if I really like this, and then you stop playing, which is what you should do if you're not enjoying it.
yeah. I mean, the game itself is interesting. You know, it has a lot of cool. The thing is, just like I've played games very similar to it,
Yeah,
to that game,
yeah.
before, where like I can't remember. I can't really remember the name of it to tell the truth of the different games I played that are like that. Let me see if I can check my Steam real quick because I have a couple games that I play. They're very basic. That the or at least I used to have it installed. Critica reboot is almost like that. Um, Terra is kind of like that too.
Hmm.
Um, where you have to do you go through the all the game and you have to go through the entire thing.
Yeah, the story and everything, right?
Um, um, and then you are obligated to go through the actual mechanic of the game, like the whole story line of the game, because based on how much you done in the storyline is like is how your gear is going to start. Like it's like how you get your gear is based heavily on that. So I just didn't want to go through that shit again. Um, and then at the very end, you start doing the high level stuff, the high tier stuff. I mean the dungeons and stuff, and then you get more gear from that. Um, so it's definitely different. Like, I don't know. But you know, but I did kind of enjoy a little bit of the game. It's just not for me,
That's
fortunately.
fine.
I have rights. That's what my that's what I tell my coworker. Uh, she's really anti-mask. You know,
Oh no. Oh no.
yeah, which she doesn't really like masks and stuff. And even though they lifted the mask requirements,
Yeah.
I still use them. You know, and she really hates that.
So
She's
you use it by your own choice.
Yeah, I mean, I still do because you know,
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
said,
No, I think that's fine. I mean, I'm gonna go to the dentist today. I'm definitely wearing a mask. But like, yeah, like
I mean, she's really
the problem is the problem that she has with it.
like,
You're choosing to do it. So she's saying we should all have freedom. Well, okay, you have the freedom to wear a mask. Like she should be like, "Oh, that's good for you. We should all make our own choices." But no.
she
Some people's choices matter more than others apparently.
well, what's what's kind of interesting though is that I don't know. Well, she says I think the part of the reason is because she says that it doesn't really matter, because like you can still get sick and all that even though you're wearing a mask. Like, it doesn't protect you or anything. It doesn't really help you much. It helps not spread it though if I do get it.
Right.
But um, but for some reason she really gets aggravated by watching me wear a mask, and I don't know why. I always mess with her and go, hey, I have rights, you know. And she goes, I know you got rights, but you can't wear that damn mask. It doesn't help nobody. She just gets really mad at us. I think it's funny. I mean, it doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, it's my decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna stop. And she knows this. I told her, I'm not gonna stop wearing my mask because she says so. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
So like, cause it's my right. At the end of the day, it's my right, and I want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she's I don't know. I don't really know the specifics as is like why she gets mad, why she's you know mad about it specifically. Um, Again, it doesn't bother me either way.
Right.
I mean, you can't force people to do stuff like that. You have to be open minded and understand that, hey, you know
Yeah. It's just I think part of it is that people don't really want to listen to each other's reasons or care about that stuff. Like, her reasoning is it doesn't do anything, but if it does do something, which there is actual scientific proof that it helps, then that whole reasoning is wrong, right? Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, you know.
I mean, it would have mattered if everyone at the very start was very good at doing the protocols, because it would have limited the spread and less people would have died. Like, so many people in the United States have died, especially.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the people that has though they it's because they had a pre-existing condition, I believe.
No, no, that's
Something like that.
ridiculous.
I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's true or
that's
not, but
bullshit.
I
Like,
don't know what it's
suddenly,
true.
suddenly, like a million more people than usual died
Yeah.
because of
Oh,
pre-existing conditions. Like, it's more people than usual, and they're sitting in hospitals with on the freaking respirators, and then they die. Like,
yeah.
it's not like
I
it's a
hope.
mystery what's happening.
I mean, I hope that is. I mean, people. The thing is like I think that's part of the reason too. Why my coworker is also against vaccination too. She's also not. She's also not vaccinated, which I think is they don't really. I think she doesn't understand the concept of vaccination, how they work.
Yeah,
But anyways,
yeah.
I'm a,
Just tough. Yeah, it's better not to like get into it with those people, right?
um. I
It's better
think
not to like engage too much because then
it doesn't
it's
matter.
frustrating.
Like it's not gonna change the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly. You're not
it's
making
not
a
gonna
decision. So
because they're already pretty set to like to how they think and all that stuff. But anyways, I think it's also too is like she's not vaccinated also because she says that you can still get it. You can still get it even if you are vaccinated. I mean, you're not gonna get it. I mean, you're not. But I told her the difference is that you're not gonna end up in the hospital. That is the difference, right?
yep, yep.
So
And if you
like,
do, it's gonna be minor, and you're gonna be fine.
right. So like, so like, and I guarantee you that those people that have died, I guarantee you that they're probably not vaccinated. I guarantee you.
A very large percentage of the people who are dying are not vaccinated. Yes, like most of them by far.
I mean, there are cases.
Vaccinated. Yeah, there's gonna be some here and there also, but like I don't know. Yeah, it's
I mean, I just think it's
wasn't clear that
ridiculous.
a good idea for everyone to vaccinate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you know, and she also says she has a friend who was vaccinated who got it and died. Um, now
Okay.
I don't know if I mean I don't know why she would lie about that, and I'm not saying that
Oh, it's
that is
completely possible that people could get vaccinated and still die. It's not like going to be 100% effective,
right.
but like 98% is pretty good too, you know? Like
Yeah,
if you get it and then you'll still survive, whereas if you didn't get vaccinated and you get it, then you have a lot higher chance of
I just think
serious long-term illness or dying.
she's just looking at it the very wrong way. I think there's no way that you could just not look at this as a way just because oh this was the outcome of this for one person. Now I'm going to be against everything that happens.
Yeah.
After that. Like I'm not going to get vaccinated because this one person died. Okay, well that may not be the outcome for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hopefully that's the point of the vaccine, so that hopefully you don't go to the point where you die. Maybe this person had a really bad reaction, and didn't really make it, and the vaccine didn't work for her, or maybe there was. I mean, it could have been a million of them reasons why she still died.
Right.
You cannot
Yeah.
base one person
They didn't
outcome.
die because they took the vaccine. Right?
Yeah. So I think there is a lot of ignorance when it comes to certain aspects of it, certain people, where like when they look at something, they don't look at like everything that's happening around them. They only look at very unique, specific things, and then they base all the whole theory and the whole point on that. And um and you can't do that because what's happening is now, because you're not willing to be informed about you know about what actually did happen to that person, and like, and the specific reasons why that person, maybe she didn't, she was her body was didn't have was her immune system was not strong enough to be able to survive the virus even though she was vaccinated. um I mean, there could have been a million things, you know what I'm saying? So like I don't see a reason why people should just be this alarm about something that, you know now I'm not saying by any means or like suggesting by any means that what happened to these people is okay. You know what I'm saying? That is excusable, because it's not, you know. But I'm not gonna sit here and untrust everything that all the people who has survived because there was a vaccine implemented. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and say and just base one death or two deaths and say, okay, this now because two people die.
Now based on that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that people are very ignorant to suggest that the outcome of one person is gonna be the result of everybody else. Go. And that's I and I feel like that is how I think that's how a lot of people like that coworker of mine think, is that she's a great person. Like she's a super cool person. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her. It's just that her mindset is very opinionated based on specific things that have been drastically, it has been bad. So like I don't know. And now that Donald Trump announced that he's going to run in 2024, a lot of fun stuff's gonna happen, bro. I don't know.
Fun stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, more families gonna get split because they don't like him, and all that. America is going to be divided even more, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can always move to fucking Canada. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yep. Yep.
fuck that shit. I mean, I like Canadian bacon anyway, so might as well.
Might as well.
Yeah, and plus, I could probably get cheaper healthcare there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you know how much money there is to like if you get sick and you get into the ambulance. You know how much money? I think we have talked about this before. I feel like we have. I'm not sure if we. I don't remember, but so much money, man. Like just to get in the ambulance to take you there, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now with the gas prices going so high, it's gonna be insane, man. You know how
Yep.
much? How are gas prices over there right now? Are they pretty good?
Well, try not to pay too much attention to it. I guess because also it'd be hard for me to say in terms of prices that you'd understand. Would you go by liter
Oh, okay,
or
yeah.
gallon, right?
Well, there's four liters to a gallon.
4 liters to a gallon. Okay. So I think
Yeah.
we are. I don't actually know what the gas prices are because I haven't been driving a lot lately. But I think we're in the like $1.50 Canadian, which is like $1.15
S-
American for a liter or something like that.
So that's
So
six
like
dollars a
four
gallon.
dollars
No, that's $6 a gallon.
No, not $1.50, $1.15.
Oh, 15. I was gonna say I think 50. So yeah, so that's almost, that's pretty close. I mean, that's pretty high for a gallon. That's
How much is it there? Like four?
it's yeah, it's four something, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's close but not exact. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. It's we need to cut gasoline consumption anyway.
Well, now with all this shit happening in Russia, you have
Yeah, there's trouble.
yeah, especially since we were importing so much gas, so much oil and stuff. I don't know, man. It's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
A lot of shit going on. I
Yep.
don't know. Are you waiting for next season on PoE, by the way, or?
I might play a little more this season because I don't know how long Lost Ark's going to hold my interest to the extent that it is. So I might play a little more. I'm at like 23 challenges, so I might go get one more and see how my character plays and see if I want to make another one or something. But not like too fussed either way. I'm happy just playing Lost Ark and chilling.
Yeah, I got you. Also, how's your class in those arcs? Pretty good.
Um, there, I think that the class I picked to start wasn't probably the best class for me to pick to start. Like it's a little complicated to play. It's like kind of
Oh,
combo a little bit. So it's like a melee class.
oh no. See,
Um,
I'm not.
but then
See, I'm not much.
like it's pretty easy to make alts in this game.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they just get boosted straight to level 50 if you have already got a character through the like main story quest.
Right.
So my secondary character is a lot more fun for clearing, and my primary character is a lot more fun for like bossing. So it kind of works out.
I see.
Yeah.
Cause I know you like Rangers, right? You like Rangers better.
Well, actually, I'm playing a melee class, martial artist, Soul Fist, as my primary, and I'm playing a sorceress as my
Secondary.
secondary. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I picked for it. I think the sorcerers got pretty nasty spells and stuff though. Been pretty cool. I think he has a lightning. That's what I picked when I try. I mean, I didn't get that far, but still, I think
Yeah.
I got to like not that, but the sorcerer seems to have pretty good power. Like he has this lightning and his fire spell. I think the fire spell is pretty OP as well.
So yeah, it's elemental. It's like lightning, fire, and ice. You kind of it doesn't make any difference whether you go all fire or all lightning or all ice or mix. Like there's no boost to only your fire damage really or anything like that. So you're just using all three. Um, you get 8 active skills at a time. So that's a thing. That's like a lot for me to manage. But it's all cooldowns pretty much. So it's different from PoE, right? Because PoE you like have spam skills or sometimes even 2 spam skills, but not many cooldown skills, right? But in this, it's more like other MMOs where you have a rotation. You like, line up all your cooldowns so that you do okay, skill 1, skill 2, skill 3, then wait for a second, then skill 4, skill 5, skill 6, then wait for a second, you have your movement skill, you have your dodge skill, and then 1, 2, and 3 are probably up again afterwards. So you keep going like that.
Yeah. It's definitely a variety of different stuff, right? Like, you don't have an order and stuff like a rotation and stuff. So
Yeah, not exactly. Yeah, and there's no like macros to like, auto cast your skills when you're at that point or anything like that. So
yeah, so you can just person them. I'm sure there's probably, but I'm pretty sure you probably have combos, right? I'm pretty sure because I've played games like that, and they usually have combos if you, as in like, it's not really a rotation, but like if you press certain buttons, certain skills, and then you follow with like a different skill, like that second one will do more damage or something, would help you do more damage and stuff, something like that, you
yeah,
know?
there is some of that. There is definitely you have um, for the sorceress, you have a couple of skills that um, make the enemy take more damage and are
Right.
cheaper and have lower cooldowns, for example. Um, and for the Soul Fist, you have um, skills that deal more damage based on debuffs that the enemy has. So like there's debuff to knock something in the air, there's debuffs for when something's on the ground, and you deal more damage to them when you have that. So you end up comboing your skills together so that you knock something up into the air and then you knock it onto the ground and then you hit it with the thing that hits it when it's on the ground and so on. So you do have like some order of skills that you generally want to press based on that.
Yeah. That sounds like that sounds like
Pretty standard for MMOs, right?
yeah. That's pretty cool though. Yeah, I mean you have that. How's the like and the call it like the weapons, like the gear system, like do you get
Gear
how'd you go
system's
along?
pretty straightforward. So you get each class has uses only one offensive basic offensive stat. So like for melee classes it's strength, for casting class it's intelligence, and for whatever other class it's dexterity, like agile classes, ranger classes it's dexterity. And they basically all based on that for your attack power. And then there's other stats like crit and speed and whatever, right? Swiftness, which is like attack speed, move speed, cooldown speed, etc. So, um, so there's those different stats, and the different stats do that you want do change based on your build. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of that of like wanting, say, more crit in damage dealing builds, etc. Um, but for the most part, it's pretty samey. Like your next gear that you want is just always the same gear you just had, but a slightly higher rarity with slightly different like numbers on it, but it's the same types of numbers, right? So
So it's basically kind of like an upgrade version of the lower tier.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And there's some variety to certain parts of it, but it's not like incredibly complex like PoE, which is nice. It's a little bit more brainless. That's okay sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean PoE
It's
definitely.
a little too much right now.
Yeah,
They just keep
definitely.
adding stuff and adding stuff, and they
Those
don't really take stuff out.
I don't know what just happened. I think that my computers have lately. I think it's just or not. I had the screen of death pop up a couple times. You know what the blue?
Yeah,
I had
crash.
that. Yeah, I had that a couple times now.
Constant crash.
Happening. Yeah. And so like, cause my computer is about six. I mean, I don't mean to change topics.
It's all good.
Uh,
It's all good.
but you know, my computer is almost 6 years old now, so like, you know, an old computer. And we're thinking about upgrading it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna. I think I'm going. I think I talked to you about this before too. I probably just gonna let it die.
Let it die.
Yeah, when the game when my PC screams for like death, it's probably when I say, hey, uh, I'm probably gonna go, hey, you know, not gonna. This is not working out anymore, you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think the thing is like one of the things that I'm based on, like, you know, my computer still works, right? There's no reason for me to not um use it and abuse it without. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
So that's the thing. Like, did I want to buy another PC when this PC is still running? No, like the last PC I had too, which it was a laptop, and I tried to play games on my laptop, but you know, it definitely was not. Uh, yeah, it was not
Wasn't going
designed
so
for that.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't a gaming laptop; it was just a regular laptop, you know. Um, it was good. It's just that it got to a point where like I still have it. I still have the laptop. It's sitting there. It's just in there. I mean, it's not a. I don't have it on or anything. Like it doesn't have a. It died on me. So like that laptop is close to That laptop is close to almost 9 years, almost 10 years old now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to